Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we are going to work on replacing these door handles on the 2007 Chevy Avalanche. Now this will cross over 2007 and 2013. Anything GM truck, Yukon, Tahoe, Avalanche, Sierra, Silverado. Now if you don't have this interior in your pickup, in that era, they had two different interiors. You will not have these handles. But anything with this interior, Tahoe, Yukon and stuff, these door handles over time start to flake, and that is some sharp little piece of metal. So it's worse than a paper cut because this is with metal. I cut my finger the other day. And so we're going to replace those. These are less than 15 bucks on the Zahn. I'll link them below along with all the tools to do it. And if you're not replacing this, but you need to work on your switches or anything else within the door or replace a few things, the procedure for removing this is the same, because you cannot just pop this panel out. To do it, it is actually bolted on the back side of that. I found that out many moons ago when I was working on another one. And so we're going to remove the whole door panel, and then while I have it off, I'm going to tint the windows just because it makes it just a little bit easier. I don't have to do a whole bunch of rolling up and rolling down. So when you do these, I would go ahead and order whatever switches you think you need, especially if you're going to do anything on the Zahn. That way, while you have the door panel off, while you're addressing whatever the concern is, you can always send the parts back if you decide you don't need to do them. Very rarely will these switches go bad. It is possible, but if you've lost your door lock function, I'll link a video down below on a Silverado that I did a door actuator on. Then you can watch that, because we're not going to mess with that. But that was one thing. The switch wasn't bad. We tested the switches. Everything was fine on it. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was just the actuator. But there is a separate video on that. But today we're just addressing the door handle itself. So when you think you can just pop that panel off, do not just do that. That is a bad idea. Now, I will also link the tools down below. I have these panel removal tools. They're made out of plastic vinyl. Okay, so I already have the door panel removed. There were the two tins, and then the one 10 millimeter that was going through the actual handle hole. If you need to remove this whole panel, which I'm going to do because I'm going to tint the windows, I find it easier to pull up on this side. So if you want to do switch work, start popping it here. You can see the points are here, here, and here. Pop that up, set that aside. All of the clips on the back of that mechanism are the push pins. So if we look over here, you don't have to worry about marking them. You push in on the mechanism, push down, pull out. They all basically lay in the order they're going to be in anyway. And then I'm going to show you here, when you go to pull the door panel off, you're going to use either a metal one. This will come with it. Just be careful sliding up in here. We don't want to scratch that. And what I like to do is I'll take this, and I'm just showing you because this is where your pry points are going to be. You can slide this in so you can feel it hit something. And if this is giving too much, then you can reach in here and pop these pry points loose. So, and I like to go bottom, up and around, up and around. And we'll clean this panel up a little bit before we put it all back together. Before you then, while it's popped loose, come up here, and the little lock thing needs to come off before you remove the panel. So this one, if you don't have a small enough vinyl tool, you can use a plastic or a metal screwdriver. Pop this straight out. It will not come all the way out. And then just lift this up. And then when we get to the back, this cable is going to be holding it tight. So I use my body removal tool and pop that loose there. And from there, all you're going to do is take a pair of needle nose pliers on the back of this handle here. That clips into the back of that, right to that hole. Squeeze it, it'll pop out, and then you can just lift the cable itself out. And then you have 3 7 millimeter bolts. Just go ahead and take all 3 out, but 2 of them only attach this. One actually attaches the memory switch. But that way we can access this to remove that pin over there and change out the ugly sharp handle. Now it will be easier. I will show you guys on the reassembly where all these screw points are, but I just kind of want to show you for reference where you're going to be using pry points. And like I said, it's a good opportunity if you need to do speaker work, anything like that. Very rarely will the switches themselves go out. More than likely, they either have a lot of goo in them over the years and you can take them loose there. I have a separate video on that I will link, because we didn't have door locks in an '08 Duramax with this interior, and found out after taking it apart, cleaning them, and checking on everything, all the switches were good. It was a door actuator. So if your electric door locks doesn't work over here, more than likely it's the actuator. I will link that video below, because it's the exact same procedure to take off the panel, but it'll actually show you how we remove that. Then the next part is a pickle, because you don't have a lot of room in there. So I used a wood chisel. You need to put it on the end of that push pin and smack it with a rubber mallet so you can get it right there. From there you should be able to wiggle it out with a pair of vice grips, pair of pliers or something. So we'll walk over here and pull it out. Yep, so again, it was hard to film, but I did it all by myself. The wood chisel just got just enough grip. I've seen some people try to use, I would call this a punch or an awl, I guess, and it just slips off there. So it's easier to use something that can grab it and punch it through, because we're going to reuse this pin. It didn't hurt it at all, but a wood chisel, if it's sharp enough, this is an aluminum pin, knocked it right out of there. So once you pull that out, we'll get the new handles out. All right, so it does come in a set of two for the two fronts. You can tell which one goes to which side. So when you open that one, you can set it on one side unless you're doing both. We'll need to access the spring unless you want to reuse their spring, and then they gave a couple vinyl bushings in there. So you can reuse their parts, but you should be able to reuse the GM parts. So from here, we'll pull this up. You'll see the spring. It basically needs to go in one hole and then stick out the other. It's equal on both sides, so I would probably just have, you know, whichever side you choose to put in there, just put it in there. So we'll pull this out and pull the spring out. Then once we're ready to put the spring in the old handle, you just feed it through and then push it in there with your finger, and then we're just going to slide that little vinyl pin back up through it. Now the new ones do come with wraps, so I'd recommend once you're ready to install this back into the door handle, leaving that on there until you get it all done. But it's going to be nice not to have that sharp edge in there. All right, then once you're ready, it'll basically just snap right in that hole. That lower piece of that spring's going to stay right there. And then we'll get ready to put the pin back in it here. It's all lined back up. All right, so now we got all lined up. We just take the pin and slap it back in there. They do give you a new vinyl sleeve, a new spring, and a new pin, but it's not going to work its way out. That thing is tight. But yeah, it looks good. So I'm going to come back in here in just a few and reassemble the door on this video. I'm going to pause because I'm going to go ahead and tint my own windows. And then I'll show you guys the step-by-step on how to put it back together. But that's how you're going to change your door handle. Again, my passenger side one isn't bad, but this is going to be a savior versus getting a metal paper cut. So we'll see you in just a second. All right, everybody, so I threw my window tint on. Again, if you're going to do your own window tint, you don't have to remove your door panel for that. But I already had it off, so it just makes it that much easier. Less water and slush everywhere. So now that we got this bad boy swapped, I'm going to show you guys. It's easier to show you with it off how it all assembles. And that, because once you're working behind the door when it's kind of squeezed down there, it's just kind of a pain in the bottom. So we're going to get our 3 7mm screws and our memory switch here, and we're going to put that together. So like I said before, so you're going to need to remove at least this bottom one and this one right here. This one only remove if you want to remove your electrical wire harness for the memory completely from this. So if you didn't want to disconnect it, it goes in the same block where the rest of your switches go. It's just easier to remove all 3 and pull it out at once. But if you leave this one attached, then you don't have to worry about this falling out of there. So we'll go ahead and put those 3 back in. All right, so we put our top one in first, and then you just need to feed this back through the hole itself. You'll see the little guide pin right here in this top right, and then the clips that hold it in after you take the screws out we'll clip those in. Now we got this one and this one in. This is done. We can see that our new handle works awesome. So we're golden there. Took the opportunity to clean off some of the dirt. Some of this is just staining over time. That's an old sticker. I'm not going to bother getting that off. If for some reason you did leave your switches connected, go ahead and disconnect those again. The biggest thing to remember is this lip sits over the edge of the window, but we need to make sure we get the lock mechanism back up through the hole there. So we're going to go disconnect the switches and bring the panel back over. So once you get it here, guys, again, pull your wiring up through the hole. We need to make sure this is lined up and through the hole. And then this cable right here, if you detached it, make sure you put it back in the hole, which we will in a minute. You're going to put the cable in the hole first and then pull it back and swing it and snap it back in the hole. That little cable will go down to the hole. You can't put it in sideways, so just put it, or slide it in sideways if you will. So snap that in. And if you need to do anything in the interim, you can hang the door panel on the other thing. Remember those lips? That outside lip is going to go on this side, and the other lip will hang down on this other inside groove. If you're going to change out window molding, basically any type of door work, you're going to do it this way. So I'm going to dig out a new clip for that inside on that cable, and we'll come back. Okay, so now I put the new clip in. Make sure you pull up all the wires, because if you leave one of them down there and snap it in, you're going to have to pull it all loose. So make sure you have all 5, including your memory seat if you have this function. Make sure that's pulled up through the hole. Now, the easiest way to get this back on the lip in there is once you kind of line it up is push this in and go over. It should fit nice and snug in there and kind of line up. And if we look down in here, if we can see it, we can see that our holes are lining up. So we should be good to go ahead and start pushing the part of the door down and snapping it down as we go around. One thing I will tell you is if you're trying to push it down, it's going to push down, snap in very lightly. As long as you have all your Christmas trees on the back of the panel, it's going to snap down. If for some reason it's bulging, you don't have it aligned, but you can always look in here if your holes, that metal plate is flush with the holes and you're good there, and we look up here and it's flush, then you're good. Go ahead and push it down. So we've got it all snapped down now, so now we can go ahead and put in our 10mm bolts. All right, so now we have our 10mm bolts down. Again, I took the opportunity to clean all of these little places up, make them tight. You don't have to super tighten them. You'll come over here to this and then push this bad boy down on there. And long story short of it is, it should go flush with some. So basically, you can put your switches back in and then push this down, but that lines up, so we're good there. So let's go ahead and put the switches back in. Now again, these will only fit in their corresponding holes, but just in case, the colors are actually written on there, or stamped on there, so you're golden there. So now what you can do is you can, again, I like to put the back in first, and you'll just kind of line up the tabs initially before you start pushing them down. I like to go from the back, because we pulled from the front anyway. I like to put down the back first, so we're good there. And once you're good there, go ahead and hit unlock. So that way this is all the way up right here. And then once you get it lined up, you can just go ahead and do that. And then you can see that was the perfect alignment for that to be down. So that's all there is to that. And it works just like normal there. So you're golden. And then from here, all we got to do is just put in our little clips. Not clips, little panels here. This one, basically, I put it in from the top, and then I push it in from the bottom. Ditto up here. We're basically going to start with the 2 top edges here, and we'll put it in the hole. So then that one snaps in. Last one is this. And like I said, I like to do the bottoms first, but I always check and make sure my tabs. There's so many people that are in such a hurry, they just put it on there and smack with a hand. You don't have to do that. You'll be able to just push it on. And that, my friends, we can remove our sexy cover here. And like I said, it springs back. Everything's locked and loaded. That's how you remove a door panel, guys. Replace your handle. procedure would be the same if you get to your door actuator for the lock or anything else. And again, I will link that in the video if you need to swap out the door actuator down below if your locks aren't working. So it's been a lot of fun working on this bad boy. Don't ask me to do a window tint tutorial, because the way I do it, it's taken me about 60 times to do it. The pros are the best. They have plenty of videos out there to watch them. And if you're going to do your own window tint, order 2 sets of window tint. Because if you nail it the first time, congratulations. That's never happened to most of us. But you'll have one to swap out a window if you screw one up. But yeah, the window tint turned out really great. Took me about 12 minutes to lay that down. Got that stuff off the Zahn too. So if you're interested in that, I can link that down below, and you can go after something like that. I would definitely recommend, though, getting the application fluid, whatever brand you want to use, and get all the tools. I've just acquired them over time. I'm actually getting pretty good. But again, that is how to do the door, and we'll catch you on the next one.